Yes, there's a tower moment going on that you want to rebel against at the moment, but you're also feeling like you've ridden it out. Hi, my name's Dee and welcome to Sunchild Tarot. Now this is a general reading for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, whatever placement you're wanting to look at. If you're not familiar with the placements of your rising and your moon signs, for example, or basically the planets in your chart, there's a link down in the description. Well, there's two links actually, to go and get yourself your own birth chart. Now, being a general reading rules apply, obviously. Timing's far from absolute with tarot anyway. If another person appears in this reading, then I can get you mixed up with them because the cards don't come with name tags. But I know that's traditional to say on YouTube readings. I've not noticed that I've done it. But then again, I'm talking to a camera, so what would I notice? Do let me know if that happens. Because I'm not convinced that it does, but it seems to be a polite thing to say. Anyway, moving on. Other bit of housekeeping, down in the description below there is a link to the Facebook page for this channel. You can see all of these videos, and I also post all the astrology weather reports that I watch as well. So I try to make the page a bit of a one-stop shop. Now, this reading either is for you or it isn't, and there is a past and a present in this reading. So if the past and the present don't fit, the reading is not for you. If it doesn't fit, don't try and make it fit. Go and watch your rising sign or your moon sign, but yeah, always go watch your rising sign. It's an important one. However, what you can do with these readings is ask a question beforehand. So take a moment, pause the video if you have to, think about all of the questions that are going on around you at the moment and focus upon one of them. Be aware of all of them because the cards will answer what they want. But focus on one of them. That theoretically gives energy to the process, which I then return to you in an effective reading. And if I don't return it to you, then the universe will find a way to bring that. What I meant to say about the Facebook page, it's got its own inbox. So if you want to contact me for a personal reading, then that's the main way to do it. You can get me through Twitter as well. I'm now on Instagram. I've no idea what I'm doing with Instagram, but I'm now on Instagram. So I don't think you can say like, share and subscribe for Instagram, but certainly do whatever you want. Oh, you can like, can't you? But do whatever you want with the Instagram. But if you would be so kind as to like the video, if you do actually like it, and to subscribe to the channel, it really, really does help. And that's enough of my Google politics begging. Let's bring the cards up because, I don't know, it's Mercury's turning retrograde today as I do these readings. But it's also, there's loads of other things astrologically going good for me, and I feel great doing the I've just done Scorpios and it's really got in depth, and I feel that you are getting a similar sort of reading. So let's go to the cards now. When I say you're getting a similar sort of reading, you are going through a testing time. You are going through a trying time. You are being shuftied along to see if you can reach a better place, which I actually, looking at these cards here, I have faith that you do, or that you will, sorry, let's get my grammar correct. We have for you right now at the moment the Tower, which also appeared on the bottom of the third deck. So one of the underlying energies for the reading is the Tower, and the second deck is the Hanged Man. So you are being shown things in a different way. Now this is the Spellcaster's Tarot, Hanged Man. So this is also saying that right now you don't have the freedom to move. You know, it's you will look at this come what may, whatever this is, whatever it is that's falling to pieces, you will look at it. But there's information, Page of Swords here, there's information coming to you in this process, which is what the Hanged Man card is all about. It comes from Odin hanging upside down on the world tree Yggdrasil and sacrificing one of his eyes for the for wisdom. I think it was to Fafnir, but I've probably got that wrong. So let's have a look at this tower moment that's going on. Then I'm going to dive into the past. So, yes, there's a tower moment going on that you want to rebel against at the moment, but you're also feeling like you've ridden it out. Like, yeah, that's it. It's over. It's done with now. I have come out victorious, and I know, Knight of Cups, I know now what I'm going to do. However, you haven't got much left to do it with, but you are refusing to let anxiety hold you back, but you are being held in place for a testing time. That also looks like the Knight of Cups. So if that's the Knight of Cups, what's this one? Oh, my apologies, that's the King of Cups. I'm still my bottom deck is Tarot Z. It's a zombie tarot that for some reason I was guided to use this month, but looking at the astrology of this month, which again, check out my Facebook page, quick plug, is understandable. But we have as two cards that fell out all on their own. Transformation, the Judgment card, and the Seven of Swords, which has also started this current period of yours. Now, what I'm seeing with the Seven of Swords, right, I want to go back into the distant past to start off with. There was a time when you abandoned a dream. It was a dream that others were in favour of. It was a dream that you had been surging forward on, but then it's almost like you just went, nah, not for me. This is too unbalanced. This is not creating, it's not concentrating on the real world. It's impractical. It's a load of woo-woo. And there's me calling myself the professor of woo-woo. So it would have been ideal for me, but then I'm not a Sagittarius. And that was something that it's like you leapt for a chance to get out of it. You leapt for a chance to go, yeah, I don't care that everybody else is going along with this idea. I've had enough. But this was a good thing. Even though you were stood on your own for quite some time, this was a good thing where you was able to consolidate your own sense of inner authority, your own sense of being able to accomplish and not being led along by others, not being led along by the crowd or all of your mates, whatever. I do think that there's a chance that someone else was, when I say someone, I mean this plural, some people else, someone's else, that you paved the way for other people to follow you. But in that, from whatever that old situation was, you have shown that you have had the strength to go, no, stuff this for a game of darts. I'm going to go my own way, and made something of it and ended up with other people following you. So those two piles, they are about what I call the relevant past. So it's where you have learned a lesson that you could be using now, where you've learned a lesson that you are using now to your detriment, or that you're not using now and ought to really be doing, because let's face it, why did you bother learning this lesson in the first place if you're not going to use it later? Now, I rather feel it's the former of that. It's reminding you that you can do this. Whatever it is, you can do this. We've also got Netzach, or Zonit Netzach, from the Angelarium, which is the right leg of the tree of life, and represents endurance. Endurance, Netzach represents not just the boulder that you carry, but the strength to carry it as well. It represents both. This is yours to deal with, and you can deal with it. You are designed to deal with it. Now, here we have full moon in Gemini. The answers that you need are coming. And there's a message with this card that basically says, which is great for Gemini. It's not very Gemini at all, the message of the card. Talk less, listen more. Because there is a chance of upset. There's a chance of saying something that cannot be taken back, because you feel like the conflict is over and that you've won, and that you have that you're arriving at a better place. No, you're starting the quest for a better place. Six of Swords here, Six of Swords here, and I believe that you're up for it, because whatever occurred, we came from a point where again, this might be the same thing as before, where you left something and you just went, I'm taking this with me and I'm leaving the rest. And you were okay with that. You were okay with that. You made the decision to say, right, that's it. I'm cutting off because I'm wanting more. I'm looking for something different. I'm hungry for something different. I always, this King of Swords out of the Zombie Tarot, I always get the sense of that one zombie's teeth gnashing. So it as well as that element of discernment, that vague justice vibe that you get with the King of Swords, I've also got a hunger with that. But it's quite a restrained and terribly proper hunger. Not one that's overtaking, not one that is all-consuming, because it's like, yeah, I'm okay with what I've done, I'm moving on. It's almost like it was a strategic move where you was wanting to nurture something into being okay. That's interesting. This Queen of Pentacles here, she's got a bit of a sideways glance going on, as if to go, yeah, what's going on over there? I've got my pentacle here, but what's going on over there? Where Four of Cups showing that certain elements came into alignment for whatever it was that you were planning, whatever it was that you were nurturing. But I feel that there was some form of sudden news, sudden event that came and created quite a transformation where you go, no, I have to do something about this. I have to move. I have to, not even that I have to change. I have to plan. I have to move forward. And you were finding as you were moving forward that you were, not that you were going through a transformation, that you had by the very act of that decision, you had a transformation. The new you that was striving forward was different to the old you before that news came in. And as you were growing to understand this, as the clarity came in, it changed so much more for you inside of you. But that, seeing that change reflected outside was something that started slow, but then started to gain momentum. This is what I feel, because we start with the King of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles here, and head into this Tower card. Like I say, where you're feeling quite rebellious and going, no, I'm victorious on this. I am staying where I am with this. There's that King of Cups of being, I'm emotionally okay with this. I am. I really am. And you are, even though everything is coming down around your ears. But it, like I said, it's left you in a position of a certain amount of poverty. You refuse to let that anxiety of that affect you. But in effect, you have been given a quest. And you've been given a quest. How interesting. So, Six of Swords, the Moon, and Six of Swords with how you're feeling. Ooh, you have been given a quest. You don't get, I mean, I don't feel you would want to refuse it, but it's one where you have grabbed it with, you know, it's one where you've grabbed it with both hands, but there is a choice coming up for, Tower. Things have not finished falling down. There's a choice that is coming, towards you, where you are able to, if you work with, so this is the Lover's card. Now, when I first looked at this reading, I thought it was a love reading. It's not. Yay! Because I don't like doing love readings. But there is an element of teamwork here. There is certainly an element of working with somebody in the 3D world, but also with working with spirit. Where were those Four of Cups? So it's almost like, because when that news came in recently that started changing everything, and when you reacted to it, you realized you had a transformation going on. Where was that Four of Cups? There's one here, but I'm sure there was another one. That spirit, inspiration, your higher self, God, whatever, had whispered something in your ear, and you thought, yeah, nice idea. Yeah, maybe I'd like to do that, but I can't. It's not practical right now. Oh my God, what news? Oh, well, now I'm going to start moving towards that. And it's like, dum. One revelation, break. Another revelation, break. Another revelation after another, where that idea that had been whispered into your ear a while ago, it's the obvious way forward now. You know, why wouldn't you? I think is that because where's the other Four of Cups? I say right here. So that Four of Cups here, you're getting the elements around you under control and working with you, but it's showing that permission of God, because remember the Four of Cups is normally God giving you a cup, which is exactly what it is here, the Hand of Spirit. But here it's far more the ritual magician of bringing the four elements under control, but with the cups, bringing your emotions under control, bringing your dreams under control, and harmonizing them with the material elements that make up this world. But you are still going to keep getting the hints of this is the way to move forward, this is the way to move forward, even though materially you may feel that you ain't got quite enough. But this Five of Pentacles, or Five of Discs, sorry, here is indicating surrender to the process. This Five of Pentacles is very, very obvious about the light from within the church, the guiding light of the divine. Now, the reason I'm pushing it like that, because this is there's certainly an extra woo-woo element in this reading, because, as I say, it's about teamwork. It's about teamwork between you and another person or people or organization or something like that. You know, there is you and another party, whether that other party is one person or several people. We also have Socrates with divine connections. Now, Socrates, as a philosopher, was there who spoke to people in the street. He came from a poor background. He also had to pay for his conversations as he was sentenced to death by poison. Which he took the poison. It's like, okay, that's what you want. But he created Plato, basically, you know, and Plato went ahead and has had a huge effect on our world. So, he's there with the tagline of divine connection. And we also have here the sacred union, partnership and romance. But the romance is a bit of a headline grabber, because the sacred union is between you and spirit, even to say between you and your own spirit. And this is something that you will gain recognition with. Oh, extra card. I didn't notice that an extra one had fallen out. And the High Priestess. Yes, keep following the signals. Keep following the intuition. Because it is a situation that will ebb and flow. I'm really drawn to the idea of the moon and the tides, with the moon and the Six of Swords. But it's also like the feeling of you can see the destination, then it fades from view. Then it returns, then it fades from view. Again, with this rhythm. Remember what I was saying here about revelation, pause. Revelation, pause. There is a wave motion that's going across your life at the moment. And the peaks are getting higher and the troughs are maybe getting lower. So, you know, that's something where you need to look after yourself during this process. But you certainly have the ability to, if you follow the clues, I think is a good way of putting it. Finding balance. Again, we've got the Lovers card, and here, let me see, 21, so the World card. If you do your best to find balance and know that what you are heading for, you know, once these waves, as they increase, they are then going to decrease. Obviously, they don't last forever. But you can jump off the wave at a peak rather than get submerged in one of the troughs. Because we have, oh God, I can't pronounce this one. There's not a chance in hell. Ayelahia. Oh no. Ayelahia of the Shem HaMephorash angels. With success. But it is with a backdrop of, as we say here, war and violence. Now you think that there's a conflict that's gone on that you have benefited from, and you may well have done. You may well have benefited from. But it's not that you were victorious in this conflict. It's just that you were left better off by this conflict. There was something that came to you that you wouldn't have encountered, possessed, learnt otherwise than whatever this conflict was. But bear in mind, the waves haven't finished. They're going to get higher and lower before they calm down. So we've got the High Priestess here again. Where was the High Priestess? That hidden card, that complete surprise card, which I didn't know it was going to happen, with Page of Swords, more news coming to you. Now this, I normally think that this particular Page of Swords tends to look a little bit shifty. But here, this time, the smile on her face just, it seems knowing and joyful. It's almost like she's going, this is the way. Come on, you'll enjoy this. You know, there's that element of mischief, but there's an element of, yeah, this is going to be good. This is going to be really good that's going on here. So, there's also with this card, It's almost indicating to me, of course, you numpty, it's the Chariot, isn't it? But it's not indicating the Chariot to me. It's indicating well, I mean, it is, but there's so many different ways. I need to find the right way to. It is indicating moving on from a conflict. It is indicating the cessation of the conflict. So there is an end in sight if there's a conflict around you. And yeah, there is an end to that in sight, but it's moving you on to somebody else, where it's showing that that particular journey, that particular trip has run out of steam, run out of gas. And then you're getting taken to somewhere that's a lot more interesting and a lot more balancing. Now, like I say, at the moment it's ride the waves, but that, I mean, of which balance is an essential part of that skill anyway. But the balance that you acquire through this needs to be maintained, because your worry is that things are moving too fast and that that you'll end up left alone by a lot of this, that you'll end up unleashing something or opening the way for something or getting committed to something that will be moving too fast, and it could go great or it could go wrong. And I'm really drawn to the blindfolded monkey at the top of this Wheel of Fortune card, which is saying, yeah, you can't see what you're doing. You can't see what the destination is. That's fine, because here at the end, we finish with, again, that commitment. So I think if there's a commitment coming up, if it feels right, if it feels balanced, if it feels like it's led by, to sound all woo-woo, the celestial powers, then go for it, do it, because you end up in a better, more grounded space. Now, there is this deceit card that concerns me, but I say it concerns me, I don't actually feel bad about it, but it's almost like I feel it refers to this half of the reading, as if something that set you along this path that you was told isn't true or wasn't true. You were lied to on one specific thing. But that doesn't mean that the path that you are on is bad. It says more about the person who said it than it says about the path that you're on. So you are where you are now. That's fine. That's okay. You were supposed to be there. But just remember who lied to you. Now, what else have we got? We've done Socrates. We've done Martyr. Now, that's the other thing. I'm still learning this Mausolea deck. So let's have a look at what Martyr is about. Mortals in life who believe themselves extremely keen-sighted may find themselves so stricken upon death. If they live their lives in ignorance and delusion, their actions untampered by pity and compassion. It is the task of the martyr to care for these souls and to guide them to reflection upon their sins, shame at their previous selves. Oh, this is positive, isn't it? And restitution through service and care for others. Now, this is why that sense of balance and that sense of victory through conflict, the conflict may have been started by a lie. I don't think that was your lie. Might have been. You'll pay for it if it is. But I don't think it was your lie. But just because the other person, if whoever they are, yeah, take a measure of their character, go, yeah, you lied. Now, would you like me to help you up here? I want you still to be fair to this person. Have an awareness that they have lied, not necessarily assume that they are now lying, if that makes sense. I don't know where that came from. That came from out of the blue. Final card that I haven't dealt with, we have the Angel Prince of the South, which rather backs up exactly what I just said. You know, it's you can forgive, you don't have to forget. Because what it says is, I let go of all pain and tension as I float in the sea of divine love. So you are being led to a better place. This person's lies is part of the tools that led you there. That's fine. You are being called on right now to endure. You are being called on to balance and ride that wave as it crests and as it troughs. And you will get to jump off on a crest. But in the meantime, there's that element of, what on earth? I'm left with nothing. No, you're not. You're left with guidance. You're left with a clear-ish, because it's spirit, let's face it, they never speak plain, it's always in riddles. You're left with a clear-ish path forward. So I really, really like that for you. It is just, this is an exam. This is a testing time. This is a period where, oh God, yeah, you could make a mistake easily. And then, considering the peaks and troughs of those waves I was talking about, you'll come a cropper. But you don't have to if you are seeking balance and fairness. And remember what the martyr, matron of the blind, is saying. Compassion. So even if there has been conflict, even if there has been someone who lied to you, it was all, they were a tool of the plan. It's all part of the plan. Not their plan, but just the plan. You know, the one that gets underlined in capital letters. Because you end up in a good place for that King of Pentacles. So, if this means anything to you, Sagittarius, which I hope it does, do comment down below. I try to respond to my comments as quickly as I learn of them, which sometimes can be a bit longer than other times, I admit, but I always try to respond. Like, share, subscribe, all that good YouTube stuff. I think I said that. Because my schedule looks like I'll be doing the new moon readings before I go into the Chinese zodiac, but soon new moon reading out, and then after that Chinese zodiac reading out. All right, cheers.